God freaking damn it. You think, hey, I'm going to this UFC event in whatever location, you book your flight, you book your hotel because you want to book early, but you can get it cheaper, right? Then the UFC tickets come out, you look at the prices and you're like, I can't afford that. But you already have booked everything. What should you do in this video? Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Assalamu alaikum.
This is the second time that this happened to me, the thing that I just explained to you. First time was UFC International Fight Week 2024 when McGregor was scheduled to fight Michael Chandler. I was during my training, during jiu-jitsu training, I was on the phone waiting for the pre-sale to start, to be first. Waited the whole time during training, like trying to roll and look at the phone at the same time and stuff like that. Then the tickets go on sale. I look at the prices, I'm like, there's no way in hell I can afford that, but I already booked everything. So, it happened again. Miami, Volkanovski against Diego Lopez. I was like, no matter who fights in Miami, as soon as they announce a date for the card, I will book everything because my dream is to go to Miami overall and also watch UFC card there, right? Because I only travel for UFC events, I don't travel for anything else. So I was like, okay, the date is announced. I will book everything because there's no real fights announced yet, so it's probably cheaper right now to book hotels and stuff. I book everything, Airbnb, my flight, everything is booked. And I'm like, okay, I did my budget before. I was like, this time I'm smarter. I have that much money that I can spend on tickets. I estimated ticket prices, tickets go on sale. There's a video how I tried to buy tickets, but it just didn't work. It was not just the prices were also part of it, but it's also that it just didn't work. I couldn't buy tickets. As I said, I watched the video. So now I am kind of caught with having booked my flight, having booked my hotel. I cannot get a refund for that, especially not for the flights, because it's cheaper if you book it with no refund, right? And I 100% want to go to Miami. So what do? Do I just cry in the corner and like, I don't know, wait for Dana White to maybe send me tickets because I sent him a DM or something? No. What I do is look.
Here's the thing, you guys.
I can only recommend you the following. First of all, enjoy Fight Week. There's a lot of free things to do during Fight Week that will at least give you the feeling that you were involved, that you were part of the whole thing. You can go to the ceremonial weigh-ins. You can go to the press conference. They're always free to go. Normally there's like in front of the stadium or arena, there's like some UFC. Before the fights as well, there's some, I don't know, some UFC stores, some cool stuff by UFC, some stands where you can get your hands wrapped or whatever, like all those UFC things, like a little UFC expo. It's not a real expo, but some small little things. Go and do that, like feel like you're part of it. And then it's pretty simple. What I would suggest you, there's two options for the fight itself. Either you Google if there's any cool watch parties in town, because oftentimes, especially if the fight is in Vegas, you have some cool watch parties hosted by UFC fighters. I remember for UFC International Fight Week, I think Michael Chandler, because the fight I think was cancelled, even hosted a watch party and stuff like that. There's oftentimes in those big cities for the big pay-per-views, there's watch parties hosted by fighters. You can watch an event with the fighters, which is pretty cool, right? A pretty cool alternative. Either do that, or if you want to do the cheapest option that I normally do then, or that I did for International Fight Week. I haven't been into Miami yet, it's gonna happen soon.
Oh, I wish, I can't wait.
I went to Buffalo Wild Wings because Buffalo Wild Wings is an official sponsor of the UFC. They host official watch parties for the UFC. If you're lucky, they will even have a fighter appearance. I remember there was nothing announced about a fighter appearance. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings, watched the fights there. There's like hundreds of screens and everyone is there to watch UFC. It's such a cool experience, honestly. It's phenomenal, very fun. Watch my Vegas vlog to see the experience. And then out of nowhere, they were announcing like, hey, yeah, Root Boy Randy Brown is here. I was like, what the hell? How did he get in? Like, he just randomly sat there. I was like, damn, that's cool. So they always have some special things. I also have a special, as I said, I watched the Vegas vlog. I have a special UFC/Bud Light glass, an exclusive glass that you cannot buy, that you could only get during this UFC event if you ordered a specific Bud Light. And there's always some cool things that you can get at Buffalo Wild Wings because of their cooperation with the UFC. So I would suggest you one of those two options. Either go to a watch party with UFC fighters, will cost you a little bit, but definitely less than tickets, or watch the fight at a Buffalo Wild Wings. There's several ones in the big cities, and you have all the screens in the world with the whole audio for the fights. It's a very cool experience, not expensive at all, and you can still enjoy the fights with like-minded people, right? So enjoy the fight. We go to all the events that the UFC puts on during Fight Week. There's a lot of things. Plus, watch the fights at some kind of a watch party of your choice. This is what I would suggest to you from my experience, what I will do as well in Miami for the UFC fights if you can't afford the UFC tickets but already booked the rest of it, or you want to go to that city anyways. I hope this helped you guys. Make sure to write in the comments if this ever happened to you. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, I'd appreciate that. Check out the Bloodsport merch, bloodshop.net, martial arts save life. That's only one of like 100 products that I have in the shop. So check it out, you guys. Worldwide free shipping with the code FREE. First link in the bio. Check it out. Stay bloody, and until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.